Yo, man. Check, it's heaven's finest. Nirvana finding mindness. I am leaving me mindless, timeless of the righteous teachers. Made in God's image, but carry the devil's speeches. Rapping overly to me, the abracadabra. I spit matter that evaporate legions. Emancipate heathens, even like Stevens. Please don't tip the Libras. Bronze bare feet, she probably thought I was Jesus. Casting out demons. Rose after 3 days, mainstream remain grievous.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy O.G.Kitch, and this is The Conversation. So I guess we should just go and jump right into it all, huh? No mystery on what I'm talking about. The whole world is talking about it. Surviving R.Kelly. Let me just put my disclaimer out there. In no way, form, or fashion am I backing, condoning, riding with, team anything. I'm just team. Let's figure this whole thing out, because there's a lot of things that's being said. There's a lot of things that I've seen during this docuseries, and everybody's giving their opinion, and I just wanted to step in and give my opinion. My opinion is not this is not about R. Kelly. Let's get that clear. We already know that story. We already know what happened, what he did, the accusations against him, what he's accused of doing. My thing is coming from a place of the docuseries in itself, the holes that I see in it, the balls that was dropped from the top to the bottom. And we're going to go in from there. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm sure everybody have seen it, what's going on, have formed their opinions and everything about it. I've seen a lot of loopholes in this. I've seen there wasn't a lot of due diligence done. And we're going to start from the very top, which is the network, the producers. You have Jesse Daniels, Tamara Simmons, Dream Hampton. These are the people who are involved in getting the people to come and talk about this. They really dropped the ball on this. And this is going to be a ripple effect, because now it's starting to seem that all of these quote unquote debunking things are coming out now, and people are being exposed. I mean, shoot, you got R. Kelly get ready to launch his website, survivinglies.com, you know what I mean? It hopes to expose and debunk a lot of the things that were said about him. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dream Hampton is the one that goes out and get these people and talk to these people. Some of the people that they chose to be on this joint had no reason being there. Starting with some of, the participants that was in there, like the brother, I think, what's the older brother name? I forget the older brother name. Not Carrie, that's the younger one. But the older brother, shouldn't have had him there. Neither one. I mean, it was bad on both sides with him. There's a lot of other people that are suspect, and I'm going to go down the line with them. But again, at first, I just want to start at the network. Seemed like they always had a personal vendetta against R. Kelly for whatever the reason. Every time they depicted this dude in one of their, you call it a docuseries. This is more like a reality show to me, but whatever. That's just my opinion. Charlemagne the God, I don't know what his point of that was being on there, but I just think that this was dropped. The ball was dropped from beginning to end, from the top to the bottom. But let's jump in to the particular names that I'm talking about, and we can start with Charlemagne the God. What the fuck was he doing on there? How you have somebody that just last summer had these same allegations, had allegations of alleged rape, spiking some young girls, giving her liquor or something, and there was a rape that happened. He was caught up in that scandal last summer. As far as radio personalities go, that was like the biggest thing last summer. And I'm trying to understand, why is he on there? And the things that he was saying, how can you look at somebody with a past, allegedly, that done these things, can say, If you want to get away with murder, kill a black person. If you want to get away with, he didn't say rape. He said sexual assault, rape a black woman. How you gonna, if this not like this was live. So if you're gonna have this dialogue and it's being edited and all of this, why wouldn't you cut certain things out? And again, why was he even on there to speak on anything with his past history? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Now he's publicly talked about it, but still. So now it's like, what is your purpose of being up here? Are they using you as a, tie him in far as being an advocate for it is the word I want to use. Being an advocate for it or whatever the case, I don't know. But I just don't feel like he had any right to be up there talking about anybody when you got your own shit. That's one thing. Let's talk about Jocelyn Savage. Now, this is the girl that her parents, your man's up there looking like one of Men in Black. He got the whole FBI earpiece, glasses, suit on. I don't even know what the hell. He just looks suspect from the door. So now you have video out there floating around of him coaching his daughter up at the press conference. And then when things got too hot, he stepped in. So did this really happen? If a reporter is like, so how long did you know R.Kelly? And then you see him in the background, 3 years. And then she's like, 3 years. Ask her something else. Yes. And then when they asked her the tough question that she was stumbling, now here you go, the dad, I'm going to step in and answer the questions here on out. Now, ain't nothing I'm saying new. I'm sure everybody's done saw the videos of the things that I'm talking about. My point of talking about them is these are things that in a court of law, you call reasonable doubt. So whatever this movement was to whatever it was supposed to produce from this docuseries as far as R. Kelly goes, it's starting to blow up. It's starting to unravel because now things are coming out. First, it was with the dad coaching the daughter. Okay, we got that. They already look suspect. Now you have Asante McGee. Now, Asante McGee, if you saw the docuseries, this is the one that actually went to the house. Oh, I can't look at that room anymore. And, I never thought I would be back at this house, all this rigmarole. Okay, cool. You're sitting there, you tearful, you're breaking down, you got the shakes and shit. And you're talking about all these things that happened to you. Okay, cool. Now, here we go. Now there's a recording that comes out actually before this docuseries even started. And I'm sure, again, everybody done heard this. If you haven't heard it, just go find it. It's out there. It's Asante's daughter having a conversation with, I think her name is Tierra, her ex-boyfriend. And he's going in, he's kind of like really setting her up to get this information. But, he's going in like, yo, why your mom's telling these lies and doing this, that, and another. And she's like, she's trying to play the game. And, Asante McGee was having the conversation, interview where she's like, I always made sure my kids was taken care of when I would travel with him. I would travel in the summertime when my kids was out of school and they'd be at like a family member's house. Well, your daughter just debunked all of that bullshit because she's saying she was the one taking care of the kids. You was free to go and come as you please because she remembers you coming home with name brand bags, shoes, money, clothes. She wondering why we moving every year. Where's my mom getting this money from? Moving every year. Boom, bam, bam. Here you go. She said, she even like, yo, I even got a video still to this day. So this video is going to surface. She's saying, I got a video my mom coming in with all these designer clothes and stuff and money. Shit, she like, I even took some of the money. Shit, you ain't gonna be the only one up in here with the money. How her friends is telling her, what's your mom talking about? Because you've been raising these kids. So shit, they like your kids. Now, this is the daughter having a conversation. And then she goes in to say, like, the boyfriend is like, well, why you don't, like, just tell your mom to tell the truth? She's like, fuck, she ain't going to kick me the fuck out. You know what I mean? She already said, like, I'm grown, so she'll fuck around and kick me out. And I just think all of this is, you know, the boyfriend is like, why she saying she couldn't come, like she was held hostage and shit. And, you know, they going back and forth about, you know, she was coming home, texting her like, yo, make sure the other kids, make sure they do this, make sure they do that. You texting freely, you coming and going, you constantly having money, all this designer stuff. So why would you get up there with this whole, I'm so terrified and, you know, he did this and he did that. I'm not taking from the fact that if he did it or not, that's none of my business. I wasn't in the house. I have no pony in this race of talking about anything other than my opinion. But now it's coming out. If this conversation is out there and it's heard that this girl's saying that she has a video of her mom coming home from R.Kelly's house with all of this shit, at some point you think they're not going to try to find out who this girl is and try to buy this tape? Money is a motherfucker, y'all. Because if she already talked about her mom talking about kicking her out. If she say something, she don't want to get kicked out. If a motherfucker come to you and like, yo, we're going to drop this $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on you, you know, for that tape. Loyalty is a motherfucker in 2019. It don't exist, really. If you ain't got a friend that you've had 20 plus years and that's still skeptical, you ain't got no goddamn thing. But my thing is this. Now, this lady sat here, she did the crying thing and said her story. But now if it comes out that she bullshitting and she lying, not only do it affect her credibility, it affects every other woman that could have potentially really been in a situation that will have fucked their life up. Now you're looking at them side eye because now you don't know who to believe, because she was definitely like pouring on the tears. And, you know, when they took her to the house, if you could never go in this house again, why you walking in it? If you can't never go in this room, well, she didn't go in one room, but she went in the other room, but you went in the house, you know what I mean? But you did that. But yet all of this stuff coming out. So now you're making a credibility kind of fucked up. So that's my beef with her. We know what my beef is with the Savages, because there's no way you could tell me that you go to a house and you can't get in. If you got my child in somewhere that I want them out of, there's not enough security. There's not enough police. There's not enough anything that's going to keep me from getting in that house or torching that motherfucker. So everybody got to come out that motherfucker. It's that simple. I ain't playing these games. You can't tell me what I can and can't do with my child. Now, let's talk about the guy, Demetrius. Now, this is the guy that forged the marriage certificate or forged whatever paperwork he needed to forge to get the marriage certificate for R.Kelly and Aaliyah. That nigga need to be in jail too. I feel everybody involved in this should be in jail, but come on. You're going to sit there and say he was disappointed when he found out that they was having sexual relations, because he said he went straight to R. Kelly and asked him like, yo, are you dealing with this young girl on this level? He said no. So now he's saying he was shocked when he found out. My thing is this: how the fuck is you shocked when you know you already forged a marriage certificate? If they husband and wife, you think that he ain't hitting that? So you need to get yourself together. And he also should be in jail as well. If R. Kelly go to jail, goddamn it, you need to go to jail too. Everybody else in this joint, but I'm going one by one. So now I'm gonna bring in the backup singer. I think her name was Giovanni or somebody like that. I don't even know what her point of being there, other than to drop her so-called bomb, which everybody knew. Now, I'm only linking them two together because I only want to mention Aaliyah's name one time and get it over with, because I respect her too much. Her legend, what she brought to the game, I have mad respect for her, and I'm not going to sit up here and keep talking about her. So the backup dancer now, the backup singer, this is the one that, oh, she was my friend and this, that, and another, but you did nothing. So you could keep them tears to yourself. But she also was the one who said that when they was joking around on the bus and they was playing around with all different bunks and messing with people, she pulled back the curtain that had R.Kelly and Aaliyah actually having sex. She saw them with her own eyes having sex. To bring that up now don't mean shit if you didn't bring it up then. You should have brought it up when it could have prevented something. You know what I mean? But you didn't. So them crocodile tears mean nothing to me. So I'm moving on from her. I just wanted to get them two out the way. So that's the only time I really have to mention the queen herself, Aaliyah. So let's get into the older brother, the idiot. Everybody got their place. You know what I mean? The scammers, the idiots, the faker. You know what I mean? He's the idiot. This dude, he said a couple of things that I thought was fucking profoundly like, dude, what are you talking about? He said, some people, he said, I like older women. My brother just happened to like younger girls. Dude, why would you say that out your mouth? And again, back to the producers. Why would you allow that to be in there? He also said when they was talking to Kerry, the younger brother, who they only gave a little piece of the spotlight to because he was adamant against this and spoke out about this way before this. He was offered $100,000, and I think it was a one album record deal. Okay. $100,000 ain't shit. $1 million ain't shit these days. So to say $100,000 and a one album record deal, which probably you would go in and do the album, but the album probably would have never seen the light of day. Now you want me to take this in return of me saying that was me in the video. I'm going to repeat that. You want me to take $100,000, a one album record deal that I'll get to do the album, but it probably not even going to see the fucking joint, the day of light, because he did do like this diss track. So we know he can't sing worth shit. No disrespect, but yeah, he can sing. Now, along with that comes, I don't know if they will prosecute. I do know this for sure. You would have to do that registration everywhere you go. You would have to get permission to leave the state. Everywhere you go to a new address, a new neighborhood, you have to be that motherfucker when they pass out them little slips of paper about the motherfucking pedophiles or the sexual aggressors in your area. You have to do that now for the rest of your life. So I'm glad you were smart enough to leave that on the table. But the idiot, the older brother, are you dumb? You could have been fucking rich. The fact that you think $100,000 is rich, okay, we obviously know that you ain't about that. But you would rather your brother put his name, credibility on the line for money and a record deal? So we already know why you already in jail. You suffering from dumbitis. Yeah, you haven't got a clue. So let's get that motherfucker off the goddamn list. He's a dumb deal. Not a done deal, a dumb deal. Okay, so I want to jump into, I already did the backup singer, the police. This is why I've been telling people this thing is so much bigger than R. Kelly. They just make an example of him, but it's much bigger than this. Because when you have the police tipping you off of wellness checks at your house here in John Creek, your house in Chicago, this is definitely much bigger than that. Now, the police also, whoever these police was or whoever was tipping him off also need to be the fucking jail. Everybody that had their hand in this in any kind of way should all be sitting next to this motherfucker if he goes to trial, which we'll get to that because I don't believe that that's going to happen. So yeah, the police tipping them off. That's not cool. Like, yo, they come in, clean up your mess, whatever need to be clean, have them girls on check, however it went. Let's talk about the woman that actually went and got her daughter. Now, I've read a lot of mixed comments about this woman. I will say this, I forget her name, but I knew she was about that life when she said that she had called R.Kelly and was like, yo, this is such and such I'm such and such's mom. Remember my name. She repeated her name again and said, stay the fuck away from my daughter. Now, she tried when she was 17 and it didn't work. Now, I guess that's what people was going back and forth and mixed emotion on that. But you got to understand, once the child is 18, it ain't really much you can do. You can't call the police. They ain't going to do nothing. They're going to say she of age. Outside of her saying, I'm being held captive here, it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. And she still didn't let it go. You know what I mean? TMZ ran up on her and the other girl, her daughter and the other girl that came out right after these allegations. And then next thing you know, she's on a video saying, I'm not being held captive and none of this stuff like that. That's all good. She saw them on TMZ. And this is another thing. If he got a thing for all of these girls, why this particular girl? Because if you've seen a picture of her when they first started talking about it, she's a very pretty girl. But he tomboyed her ass, you know what I mean? Cut your hair off. Like, she was really looking like a dude. So that makes me wonder, like, because it's already been allegations of, some of these women, at least one of them was like, yeah, used to want me to put the dildo in his ass and shit. Put the dildo in his chocolate factory. Not the chocolate factory. Make you think. But yeah, so this, I don't know. I don't know I don't understand the reasoning of I need you to look more like a boy. That says a lot about some other shit going on. And when they was having an interview, when they was talking to that one girl, and if you see how they panned over to her, it almost like her face was like, please, somebody help me. I don't know. She kept doing stuff with her eyes and her face. So I don't know if she was trying to give signals, but I'm glad her mom went and got her. And she seemed like she really, like, did you see how her eyes was when she first opened the door and it was her mom? It was like a look of relief, but yet fear. You know what I mean? But I'm glad her mom went back. I'm glad she called. She got that motherfucker up out of there. She like, we was running to the van like Master was chasing her. I said, man, look, long as you got yours, and she got hers. Some of these women, I think the lady from the radio station, I think she's still with him. That was the most recent video I saw when they was in the mall together. I think that was here in Lenox Mall, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But you on here saying all of this, but you still with the nigga? I don't know how that go. We did Charlemagne because I really didn't understand his purpose on being on there. You know what I mean? I see Wendy Williams was on there. I don't understand her purpose on there. I don't understand why would you be talking to anyone that don't have a personal gain, not a personal gain, but a person that's personally involved in this? You know what I mean? Shit. Out of all of this shit that's going on, Wendy Williams probably the only one that's fucking really happy about all this shit because ain't nobody talking about her fucked up shit. Ain't nobody talking about her hot topic. I'm just saying, just putting that out there like that. All right, so there's three more I want to discuss. The last couple of the girl that they was interviewing on TMZ. So if the one mother knew where she was at, why y'all couldn't know where she was at? And went and got your child since you said you ain't seen her in 2 years to this date. That would be the last couple. I just call them the Gumps because they that's just some gump ass shit. There's no way. When I first saw them on the docuseries and I seen the dad, then I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. I'm not no small dude. This nigga was bigger than me. I'm looking at his whole body language because if that was my daughter, I wouldn't be like slouched back in the chair all calm, like, yeah, I'm looking at his size And I'm thinking to myself, there should be, far as security go, there should be at least three security guards that know how hard that nigga hit, that been knocked out by this motherfucker. R.Kelly motherfucking jaw should have been fucking broke. But then he opened his mouth, and I was like, oh, this nigga a gump. This is the first thing that was said. The mother said, you call me and you my child. And I'm like, oh, yeah, where the fuck you at? And you telling me you in a whole nother state, Kissimmee, Florida, because that ain't where we live. So you in a whole nother state, in a hotel, auditioning for this grown-ass man. First of all, how the fuck you even do that? Now, I can kind of understand where, we all been young and we can find ways how to get, but we talk about a whole nother fucking state. So that entails that either R. Kelly or somebody in his entourage got her there. She ain't just get there by herself. But you get there, so y'all, they fly out, they go there, they like, yo, this could never happen again, this, that, and another. The mother said some of the dumbest shit I ever heard. She said, well, she pressed us and started making threats of what she was going to do, so we had to give in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all those who can hear my voice, there's no way my kids, none of them, not even the oldest one. My oldest one is 24. I wish a motherfucker would come and be trying to press me. Saying that your child pressed you says a lot about your parenting. You need to fucking slap yourself. There's no way that my motherfucking goddamn child can press me or fucking threats as far as like to get your way. You gonna get your way. This ass whipping way. Try me. I ain't my kid's friend. I tell them that all the time, even down to my youngest. My oldest is 24. My youngest is 6. I ain't your fucking friend. I'm your father. My job is to motherfucking goddamn take care of you to the best of my ability and lead you in a direct path, a good direction in your life so you can do the things, dodge some of the bullets that I had to go through so you don't have to go through. But the day I be like, my fucking goddamn son press me, nigga, I will knock you the fuck out. Straight up. Fuck that old motherfucking Cliff Huxtable shit. I brought you in this where I'll take you out. Nah, nigga, I will two-piece the fuck out you. And you will remember that for the rest of your life. Talking about my child pressed me. So then the father goes on to talk about, well, this could never happen again. And she cannot be anywhere without either one of us, meaning him or the mother. One of us got to be here at all times when everything happened. These motherfuckers turn around and say, okay, well, this is what we'll do. We'll get a chaperone from the record label. Now, when I hear record label, entourage, R. Kelly, one and the same. Because let's not forget, there was a comment by one of the execs at the record company that says, I don't give a fuck if that's him on the tape or not. We can't afford to lose him. That came out of Sparker's mouth, and we'll get to her in a minute. But there's no way you could tell me that it has to be one of us, and then as soon as they bring out a chaperone that you don't know, so now your fucking child's still with a stranger, and that's okay. Oh, okay, we can do that. These parents right here, them two, Mummy and Dummy, the Gumps, they didn't have no place on there. You could tell that they not sincerely concerned. Because if I'm not mistaken, I have to be wrong about the couple that got paid off, because I'm thinking if they got paid off, there has to be some kind of confidentiality joint that they signed to where they can't talk about that. So they just didn't seem remorseful. They didn't seem upset, because even after all this time and this shit would have been still happening, I wouldn't be able to keep still. My nose will be flared up like fucking James Evans from fucking Good Times. I will be fucking heated. I will still be wanting to fuck somebody up. So I just didn't get that vibe for them. So I don't know what the point. Like a lot of these people, it's like the way they picked the people to be on here, it was like a half and half. We're all saying the same thing, but not on the same level. It leaves it open for discussion, conversation, and I don't really know if they credible. And that's just my opinion. You can like it, you don't have to like it. It really don't matter to me. I'm going to speak my mind. So let's get to the main two, starting with Sparkle. Now, I know to an extent that it was what it was. A lot of what Sparkle was saying, because I do remember her testifying at the trial, pointing that nigga out. I do remember that. But it goes deeper than this. Because when you say I introduce, and I'm not saying she was saying I introduce my niece to R. Kelly for whatever, for no innuendos or anything like that. I'm thinking more of, yo, you want to meet R. Kelly, she's a fan, whatever, you can meet R. Kelly. But this is where I have the problem at. The day you walk up in the studio, or you walk into the building where the studio is. So when you walk into this building, you don't see your sister, your brother, your cousin, any family member that could have brought your niece to the studio. You don't see none of them. Fine. You walk in the studio, your niece is there with R. Kelly. When you say, what you doing here? All of that should have been nipped in the bud right then and there. She was more laid back than I would have been, because I walk in, my daughter up in there, I'm like, what the fuck is you doing here? How you getting here? Then I'm going to commence to whipping that ass right before I start whipping his ass. Everybody's ass getting beat up in the studio. Because why the fuck is you here? How did you get here? And now you need to be pulled to the side and need to be having a conversation of, look, this is the real world you fucking playing with. This industry shit, motherfuckers be sleeping. This industry shit is full of demons, satans, and motherfuckers that don't have no motherfucking goodwill for your fucking life at all. And do I know this personally? No. But let's look at all these motherfucking fallen ass fucking artists that has went crazy in this fucking industry. It's facts. That's fact. So my thing is with Sparkle, I feel like, because you can't say everybody knows it was always introduced that way. You were R. Kelly's protege. He took you up under your wing. Now, I don't know much after You Better Be Careful. That's really the only song that I know that ever got airplay. You know what I mean? So while you sitting up there with your tears and all of this, looking like fucking Diana Ross from fucking Mahogany and shit, you too have your fucking blame in this shit. I don't give a fuck about you been estranged from your family for 10 years and all of this stuff happened. Shit, your brother even got on the stand and said, that's not my niece. So like, what's really going to fuck on? You're being blamed for bringing her around R. Kelly. That's what I'm saying. Once you made the introduction, he should have never even seen her ever again outside of your presence. But he did. So I feel like you got your own goddamn fault in this too. Like I said, everybody outside of, we talking about Torre, Big Les, Wendy Williams, Charlamagne the Guy, although he shouldn't have been there because he had nothing to bring to it. Get your own house in order before you start talking about somebody else. But outside of them, everybody else that had a hand in this, that was around this, as a protege, a backup dancer, you can't spend all these fucking years around this man and think that and make somebody believe you didn't see nothing. Nothing. Especially for the backup dancer who said, I seen her, him and her having sex together. You said you saw that. They was actually in the midst of a sexual act. So you can't say, so Sparkle can't say she didn't know. She a young girl. He like young girls. So you can say that shit. And then how ironic. See, it's the way, it's perception. Everything's perception, how things look. Now, how at the end of the motherfucker, now we looking at promotions for your single get ready to drop. I don't know if it dropped. I think it might have had dropped already. It dropped that right after the last series because they was promoting it. I'm like, hold up, what? That looks suspect to me. What's the name of the motherfucking single? My Agenda? I'm just asking. It's the way you do things. It's the way you do everything. And the fact that you waited, nobody heard from you for all these years. Now you on this docuseries, and now you come in with a single. You know what I mean? And people are probably going to try to do the same thing with the girl with the conversation with her boyfriend, because she even said on there, my mom get ready to do this interview with Lifetime. So this was before this even happened, which in March they start doing this and filming this and recording this, getting it ready. So this is way back then when this happened, because she definitely said, my mom great do this interview for Lifetime, and the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend now, was like, oh, is she finally going to tell the truth, or is she going to keep lying? So when that shit come out, she going to have some explaining to do, which kind of puts a damper on all the other girls, you know what I mean, or anybody that comes forward. You know what I mean? Y'all giving him ammunition to say, well, this has happened. She's lying about this. And that's the point of his survivingthelie.com. That's the whole point of his website. And I'm sure he's going to start with either Ashanti McGee or Jocelyn Savage, because they the ones right now that's been exposed or have things that make them look uncredible. So that's going to be something. Now let's get to the star of this motherfucking shit, R.Kelly. Or, if I was motherfucking goddamn in a situation like that, it would be Andrea Lee. Your real name, your maiden name before you, I don't know, is that maiden name? Well, the name before you got fucking married. I'm trying to understand this, because there's so many holes poked in her shit. I just can't get it. If your life been altered so much by these many years, why the hell are you still holding on to the Kelly name? Your name is Andrea Lee. It's not even Andrea Lee Kelly. You're just Andrea Kelly. Keep the name to keep the fame. You still want to live off the name, but you're down in the name. First thing. Secondly, she talks about how this is destroying her kids. They go to sit at the lunch table. Oh, you can't sit here. Your dad is this. Your dad is that. Let's be honest. Nobody wouldn't even know. Just because their last name would be Kelly, that don't mean nothing. Like if it's not being out there because you're putting them in the spotlight, nobody wouldn't know who his kids or y'all kids are. Let's be honest. How many of us really knew who the fuck Andrea Kelly was until she was brought to the forefront? How many times did we watch Bump and Grind video and not even paid attention to the bitch in the back? Actually, it was two, but at least her. Either one of them. I'm going to tell you the first time I found out who fucking Andrea Kelly was. It was whatever year. What was the name of that show? Hollywood, Exes in Hollywood, something to that effect. And when they, they do the promo and they be like, this is going to be the cast. And I'm like, who? Who is that? R.Kelly White. R.Kelly was married? Didn't even know he was fucking married. So we didn't know nothing about you. So you can kill that noise. Now, on this show that I'm talking about, the Exes of Hollywood, Hollywood Exes, she goes on a blind date, meet up at the restaurant. She sit down, dude already there. She's not even at the table 5 minutes. And I'm probably being generous by giving her 2 extra minutes. And the first thing out her mouth is, you know who my ex-husband is, huh? Dude like, nah. She like, R. Kelly. Why do you make it a point to make that known? Why does that need to be known? Dude wasn't even fucking, and you know why she has to say that? Because nobody know who the fuck she was at the time. Nobody know who the fuck Andrea Lee Kelly was until she made it known, until she went on this reality show. By the time I found out he was married, I think they had been divorced like fucking 2-3 years. So now you got these videos surfacing. Happy people, yeah, yeah, yeah. She all in the background. Yeah, that's my baby daddy, which I think that fucking term is so fucking ignorant. Baby daddy and baby mama. It's so disrespectful to everybody, the mama, the daddy, and the child. But here she is, my baby daddy she like, yeah, that's my baby daddy in the background. Then she looks to the fucking simp nigga that's like this gump sitting next to her, my other baby daddy. So this nigga, first of all, you'd have been put the fuck out. You'd have been walking. You up in here praising this nigga I'm the other baby daddy, or he's the other baby daddy, whatever the fuck you talking. You sound like a fucking complete fucking fool. And not only did she do like, this little piece of the song, she did the whole fucking song, even the fucking talking part. Now, would you really want to step? You got to step to the right. Like, don't even know how to even do the fucking goddamn talking part. See, happy people. Then she mixing it in. Yeah, yeah. Not the evil people and all this shit. Yeah, that's you. So, okay, now you got the people that's like, nah, that's an old video. And regardless if it's an old video or not, because when they tried to drop the date of when the video was when it was originally done, Instagram, do your math. Instagram wasn't even out yet. So where the video come from? But then she just come back the other day with a new video explaining, well, we family and you can't take nothing, all these careers he resurrected from the dead, and he bought Mr. Biggs and Uncle Charlie, and start naming all these people that he wrote for, and he's a great dad and this, that, and I'm not taking away from none of that. But the fact that you saying that after you looked directly at a camera and said, I hope you fucking burn in hell, or whatever the fuck she said, I hope you get what coming to you. However she said it, she's very adamant. She broke down. All of this bad stuff has happened because why would you leave the show or be done taping with the show and then say all of this on a video stream? You could have said all you said, but and then been like, well, you know what? Even in the midst of all of that, he's this. He's a good father. Because on the joint, you was talking about, oh, the fucking checks had been dried up. He stopped fucking paying child support. And, you know what I mean? So the money, it's not about the money because the money been gone. It's always about the money. Because even if he's not giving you $1, his last name is getting you privileges. Let's be fucking honest. His last name is probably getting you into better hotels. You probably don't have to wait for certain things. You ain't do that on your own, but because you did some shit with SUV, don't get me wrong. Love SUV as a group when they was popping. The fucking comeback is not going to happen. SUV is never going to make a comeback because you waited past your time. There's too much more shit going on out here to where y'all never be relevant again. So yeah, she was their little trainer dancer on a show that I don't know about the show. I've never seen it, but it was some road to something with the SUV doing a fucking tour or some shit. And she was their choreographer. Other than that, we don't know nothing about you, yo. That you bitter. And you almost seem borderline still in love with that nigga, to be honest. Because if a motherfucker treated you so bad, there's no law that say you got to keep the name. If you want to get away from everything R. Kelly, you got to get away from the fucking name too. It don't seem like you even remotely trying to get away from the name. And that's cool. Do you. I ain't never going to knock your hustle, but don't get on there and say one thing, but then get on the fucking stream and say another thing. Your energy is totally off. Now we're looking at you sideways. And trust me, I'm not the only one that looking at you sideways. It's a lot of people that looking at you sideways. So now the only thing that y'all doing, you and this chick that got the daughter and videos and come on, the father that's coaching the one girl. Only thing y'all doing is making it bad for the women that was really affected by this situation. Because this is all looking like in some form of way, only thing she's doing is wanting to be relevant. Everybody else just want to come up. Or at least those three that I'm talking about. There's no way you can make me believe if a motherfucker was treating you this bad and you was this hurt and destroyed your whole fucking family, you would still be holding on to a name that would carry so much pain with it. You should want to get away from that too. Go back to finding yourself, being Andrea Lee. So that's all. That's all I'm gonna say on this. And let's just be more aware. I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm not here promoting his website, but I want to see what comes out because we're gonna hear about it anyway. You know what I mean? People think, he's a musical genius, and that's the only positive thing I can say about him. You know what I mean? Some of his music was like, you can't be mad at a motherfucker that told you who he was. When Touré asked the question, do you like teens? And that nigga did the look up to the left. Yeah, we already know what that means. When you look up to the left, yeah, here come the bullshit. Well, when you say teen, what age we talking? Red flag, nigga told you who he was. The nigga called himself the Pied fucking Piper. I don't know if many people don't know the story of the Pied Piper, but you need to go Google that shit. He told you who he was. His music reflect everything that he's doing. He's not hiding this shit. So that's my thing. It's not about, oh well, yeah, I'm with R. Kelly. All I'm saying is the motherfucker been telling us who the fuck he was. Motherfuckers just didn't want to fucking listen or open their eyes to it. The motherfucker never hid it. Never. It's all through his music, the videotape, and his actions to this day. His actions to this day. Unfortunately, he'll never be where he was. I mean, you know, they talk about R. Kelly this. R. Kelly ain't got the money everybody think he says. At least, I think I went to 4 different joints. His net worth is like $1 million. That ain't shit. Let's think about all the shit that he has done. And your net worth is $1 million. That's from all that paying off. Y'all got to understand, this motherfucker rewrote a song for the Pope. Ain't a lot of motherfuckers can say that shit. But I don't know what the point of this. The only thing I really feel bad for is because the Me Too movement is connected to this. And the founder of the Me Too movement, you know, she said a lot of great things, and you know, she kept it neutral. But the Me Too movement name is associated with this. So if anything comes out contradicting any of this shit, this Me Too movement now has to motherfucking get the backlash of that too. So I don't know what the point of doing all of this was, because there's nothing really new that we really found out. There may be 1 or 2 tidbits that we didn't know that we found out, but I don't know what this was supposed to prove, because I think, honestly, whatever the agenda was with this docuseries, I really truly think is going to backfire, because you already got shit falling apart. You shouldn't have let some of the people that talked on there. You should have did more due diligence, because there's no way y'all having this girl mama out here and not knowing that there's a recording out there, and allegedly that there's a fucking videotape out there of the mom flaunting all the fucking designer shit that she just came home with. And if that is true, that's not only going to make the women that really suffer look bad, it's going to make the producers, the network, y'all dropped the ball on this. And you only can blame your fucking selves, because you're supposed to do your fucking due diligence. It's supposed to be more about the actual story, everything dealing with the story, opposed to ratings. And I think that y'all quest for ratings, it's like the television YouTube. You're looking for likes and thumbs up. So your motherfucking thirst for the ratings is probably about to have something blow up in y'all face, because as of now, not even 36 hours after this docuseries, there's already fucking contradicting shit coming out. There's already fucking shit coming out that's already exposing people and debunking fucking things that were said. I hope they get it together. It don't seem like they are. And then only thing this is really doing at this point is making money for R. Kelly, because his music has spiked significantly. His sales has went up significantly. I think it was like 33% in a weekend, for whatever reasons. I don't know about R. Kelly. Let me go listen to his music. I know about R. Kelly. Oh, you just got people that support him. And I'm going to say it like this. No matter how many people dislike him, going to stop playing his music, whatever the case, it's always going to be more fans than non-fans. That's a fact. Why? Because people like controversy more than they like anything else. Fuck the truth. It ain't no fucking juice in that. That's why you probably going to see, like, you know, all these clips. I mean, everybody's talking about it. Are we not? Just like they was talking about the tape. So what's so different between now and then? There's only one difference from the sex tape to now. It wasn't social media back then on the tape. Hence why that shit was on a fucking VHS. So we'll talk about it. Nothing's probably going to happen. Now, today in Fulton County, they supposed to have launched an investigation or get ready to launch an investigation here in Georgia. And we'll see how that go. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, I feel like whatever he gets, and he deserved to get a lot. He deserved to be in a room with each and every one of these fathers, first and foremost. and get that ass motherfucking goddamn the remix to Ignition. Yeah, let's start this ass whipping. But not only that, wherever he gets, any jail time he gets, if he gets jail time, because it's looking real shaky right now. But I don't know. He don't have the money like he used to, so who knows what's gonna happen. But whatever he gets, everybody involved in this should get the same thing. And when I say that, I mean anybody that they find to have lied, they need to get it. The dude who signed that forged the papers, he need to get it. Everybody that's seen this and did nothing to fucking goddamn prevent this need to be in jail as well. See, that's the problem with our people. Nobody wants to fucking deal with shit until it hit home. Well, let me tell you this. Once it hit home, it's too late. It's too late. Oh, that ain't none of my business. And that's true to a point. But this is what everybody can do now. Everybody that has saw this and know what's going on or whatever, and is a parent, regardless if you have sons or daughters, everyone should be talking to their child. See, it always killed me like, oh, they too young for that. My youngest son just turned 6, and I talk to him like he fucking goddamn a grown-ass man. Because if anybody touch you, anybody fucking do anything to you, I don't care what they tell you about what they going to do to your mother or what they going to do to your father to scare you into not telling, you tell. You tell your mama or you tell me. Because I don't have no problem dying for mine. I will fuck anybody up that come near mine, and I will fucking straight murder your ass. Straight up. I am not fucking joking in any sense of the matter. You put your hands on any of my kids, nigga, you going to the ground. I ain't fucking whipping nobody's ass. I ain't wounding shit. I'm going straight put a bullet in your motherfucking head. And you can fucking mark my words on that. Stay the fuck away from mine. Everybody need to be starting. If this docuseries didn't do anything, it should have sparked the conversation for everyone that has a young child to start the dialogue. There is no such thing as a certain age you need to start talking to your kids about sex or anything else, or anybody touching you, or anybody mistreating you, or you feeling uncomfortable in any situation. There's no age. So Sunday night when this shit went off, for like those type of families with the kids, y'all should have been sitting around discussing that. And if you haven't, then you should be now having the dialogue to prepare your kids, educate your kids. So if any of this come through, they can start to see the sign. Come on, man. Nobody worries about nothing until it happened to them. And then when it happens to you, now you all, oh my Lord, oh my God. Well, you had the chance to prevent this. Don't never be the motherfucker that's sitting back talking about, I wish I would have, I wish I could have, I wish I did. It's going to be too late. Going to be too late. My youngest son know now, if anybody touch you in the motherfucking, he too old for me to be kissing. I love my son. Kissed him his whole goddamn 3-4 year life. Then we got to that point like, no man should be kissing on you. Straight up. So I hope, I didn't come on here to bring anything other than my opinion. I'm not saying nothing different than a lot of people have already said, hopefully I put in some jewels in there that was different than other people. But just let's be more aware of what's going on around us with our children. And just because you leaving your child with a family member means nothing. Everybody is a fucking suspect to me. I don't trust nobody but the motherfucking woman that gave birth to him and myself. I don't give a fuck if you're a grandmother, grandfather, first cousin, second cousin, any cousin, fucking sister or brother. I don't trust shit. If I walk in on a situation that don't look right, somebody getting fucked up, I ain't asking shit until after I'm fucking somebody up. Mark my word on that. Try me if you want to. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope this was some kind of informative. Like I said, this wasn't for me, wasn't about R.Kelly. After I seen the docuseries, I just seen a lot of things that kind of like made me start questioning things, and not to take anything away from these young ladies that went through something. I'm not. At any rate, I'm not doing that. But there was some things like if questions start getting asked, shit is going to start falling apart. So I don't know what the purpose of this was, but I'm pretty sure it looked like it's about to fucking backfire. And I'm just praying for everybody involved, because y'all all need fucking help. So this is your boy O.G.Kitch. This is the conversation. You know how we do it over here. Keep it real, keep it funky, keep it goddamn rolling. Catch y'all on the flip side. Juice.
Swallow it, indoctrinate the youth. Give us politicians that intoxicate the truth. No intoxicants in the booth. Only herb is from the root. I'm superb when in the booth with his word. If it ain't true, and I swear that's my only ingredient. Go to school, go to work, show where your allegiance is. Motherfuck the system, why serve in obedience? Got a few civil rights, now realize that they're meaningless. Open up your third eye, nigga, you should see this shit. You should see this shit. The whole world blind, ain't seeing shit.